Viewer discretion is advised.
It's time for the Sports Brawl. Without any further ado, here are your hosts, Cece and Keith.
Welcome, everybody, to another exciting edition of the Sports Bras, the number one sports podcast in Brendan, number two in Louisville, but always number one in your hearts. Of course, I am CC, the unofficial official mayor of Brendan, and unfortunately, Keith is not going to be joining us today, but I do have a co-host ready for you today. It's going to be super special. But before we get to the co-host and who will be co-hosting with me today, big show up ahead. We're going to talk about the All-Star game that happened. We're going to talk about the upcoming NFL season. College football right around the corner. It's just going to be getting better as the weeks go on. And, of course, we're going to talk about what went down over the past week at the Republican National Convention. And, I figured the man that wants to, that I need to co-host with this show today. And he asked to come on today. And so I am going to let him come on and co-host with me because, let's be honest, he's the man that everybody is talking about. So, with that said, ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce to you the man that will be co-hosting with me today. He is the one and the only. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the show the one and the only Mr. Trump. There he is. Jesus. Thank you for having me on, CC. I'm telling you, it's about time that you finally got some quality hosting for this podcast. It's very tremendous. I'm telling you. I can't wait to dive into the show, but remember what I told you. I got an hour only because, I got a tea time coming up. I'm going to win another championship at a golf course, and I'm not going to miss that. So you only got an hour with me. Is that fair? Yeah, that is fair, Mr. Trump. Hang on, I got some. What is going on over here? Really? Like, who's your producer? I'm telling you, it's quite embarrassing that I'm actually on this show. There we go. Okay, I think we got it now. Are we good now? Hang on, Mr. President. Hang on 1 second. There we go. Okay, now we're good. My God, you would think that, Sleepy Joe was behind the switches here. I'm telling you, it's very unprofessional. I don't even know why I'm on here, to be honest with you. Just be quite honest with you. I don't know. But we'll move on. Well, sir, I want to ask, big week for you, of course. And you were the talk of the town, of course, at the Republican National Convention. What was your take on that? How did you feel on that? I tell you, it was a great week. Awesome week. Fantastic week, if you want to be honest. A lot of people came out and supported me. It was tremendous. Absolutely tremendous. Probably the best Republican and National Convention that ever was. You know, I've heard numbers all across the board that it was a huge success. And quite frankly, I don't blame them. You know, it was a huge success. And I'm very proud of the turnout in Milwaukee. Great town. Great state of Wisconsin. A lot of Packer fans there. I saw a lot of cheeseheads. I don't know if you saw it. I saw a lot of cheeseheads out there. It was tremendous. Absolutely tremendous. And when I took the stage, it was just a sea of red. I couldn't be more proud of the American people that came in droves to support me and accepting the nomination of the Republican for the presidency of the United States, which, by the way, I will win. Let's be honest. I will win. It will take America back again. Wow. Well, sir, it was a huge turnout, and a lot of people came out to support you. How about that Hulk Hogan, huh? Let's play that Hogan bit. The Trumpomania. I mean, let's do it.
When they took a shot
Here we
at
go.
my hero, and they tried to kill the next president of the United States, enough was enough.
Oh,
and I said, let Trumpomania run wild, brother. Let Trumpomania rule again. Let Trumpomania make America great again.
Wow, that was special. That was definitely special. You know, he came up to me and he said, "Sir, I want to thank you for having me on." I said, "Hulkster, I remember like it was yesterday when we were at WrestleMania 4, where it was at Trump Plaza, and I was sitting front row, and I saw the immortal Hulk Hogan slam that nasty giant, Andre the Giant, 2 rows back. It was the most unbelievable thing I've ever seen in my life. And, you know, he showed me the 24-inch pythons. They were huge. They were massively huge. And it was a great night. And he told me, he said, "Sir, this was even better than WrestleMania 4. Even better when he won the WWE Championship at WrestleMania. This was the greatest moment of the Hulkster's life." And I had to tend to agree with him. It was a great moment when he tore the shirt off and he declared Trumpomania running wild. It's very tremendous, very tremendous. Well, that was a huge moment there. Now, let me ask, I'm not really into politics, so to speak, so I'm not really sure which way to approach this. But, the rumors are that, after this convention, the Democrats are asking for Joe to step down, and perhaps a new opponent for you will be named very soon. There's rumors that it could be Kamala. Rumors could be Hillary. Ha! Oh, I hope it's Hillary. I tell you what. Yeah, but after the convention, it's clear as day that Sleepy Joe's time is up, and the Democrats are a little scared. So they asked Sleepy Joe to step down, and let's be quite frank, whoever the opponent is, I'm going to mop the floor with them. Doesn't matter who it is, but I'm going to mop the floor. Well, we'll have to wait and see. But, sir, let's get right into the show. I know you had a busy week, but did you happen to watch the MLB All-Star Game? I tell you what, it was, I got a glimpse of it, but to be honest with you, it was kind of boring, to be honest with you. The big story was, what's going on with the jerseys. I'm right with you on that. The jerseys were not the best. They weren't. They were very hideous. I don't understand what MLB's trying to do. It was absolutely horrid. I'm telling you. Yeah, you're right. So the MLB All-Star Game went down at the Globe, and the American League ended up winning against the National League 5-3. Of course, the Americans won. Of course, I'm telling you, it's make America great again, right? That is correct, sir. That is correct. But the big story of the week was during the Home Run Derby. Are you a big Home Run Derby fan, Mr. President? I tell you what, I'm a fan of the long ball. I love home runs. They should do it more often, I was a big fan of what they call the steroid era, I guess. Guys like McGwire and Sosa, Barry Bonds, all those guys were just absolutely tremendous in hitting the long ball. But, the liberals had to come in and stop it all. Put a law against using steroids. I don't understand it, but it is what it is. And this is why baseball's failing right now. I'm telling you right now. Well, yeah, I may be with you on that one. The steroid era, it is what it is, but when you put a steroid era in during the Home Run Derby, those were fun to watch. Those were absolutely fun to watch. But the big story is out of this was probably the worst national anthem of all time. Listen to this.
The ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof to the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Wow. Your thoughts on that, Mr. Trump? Well, I tell you, it's probably one of the worst renditions of the national anthem. I never claimed to be a singer. I never was a singer, but that was god awful and truly a disgrace to our country. It's if that was me, if I was in office during that time, I probably would have deported her. I probably would have traded her off for Brittany Griner. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. But absolutely one of the worst renditions of the national anthem ever. Yeah, it was pretty bad. But she went on Instagram the next day and said that she was totally wasted, drunk. And that was not her. And she was checking herself into rehab after that. I'll tell you what, that's a good reason to go to rehab right there. You can, you can go out and, sound like a dog. That's what she sounded like. She sounded like a dog in front of millions of people, embarrassed herself. And I probably never show my face again after that, just to be honest with you. Well, I mean, it ranks right up there with probably the worst national anthem. I mean, there's a lot of national anthems that you can think of that, at the top of your head that was maybe in that same category. One I think of is Fergie from the All-Star Game, Roseanne Barr at the San Diego Padres. What a nasty person that Roseanne was, I tell you. She's, I don't know what that person, whoever hired her to do the national anthem, I don't know what they were taking that day, but quite embarrassing. But I don't know. This one tops the cake, I think. You might be right. This one may top the cake on that one. It was pretty bad. But yeah. So back to the All-Star game. The American League wins 5-3 at the Globe. Have you ever been to the Globe Life Field yet, sir? I have not. But I tell you, there's quite a talks about this Globe Life Field, and I tell you, I became a huge Ranger fan last year because, the MLB was trying to push gay pride on all the teams out there, and all the teams accepted their gay pride month, except for one team. And of course, that was the Texas Rangers. And who won the World Series last year, huh? That's right. The Texas Rangers. So I'm telling you, I'm a big fan of the Rangers, and I can't wait till one of my first things I'm going to do is next year, once I'm in office, I'm going to go to the Globe Life, and I'm going to throw out the ceremony first pitch at Globe Life Field because it's a tremendous place, tremendous team, and a team that I will support from here on out. Wow. Okay. Well, there you go. Well, sir, real quick, we have, I know that you are a big Ranger, or not Ranger fan, but NFL fan. You like football. I do, but there's, we got to get this national anthem thing changed. I'm telling you, it's not a good thing. It's not a good look. And, I hope that this gets worked out. I'm telling you. Well, yeah. Well, training camp is about to start, and I figured I'd bring on a guest today. And I want to bring on a man that I think you two will probably get along very well. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce to the show the owner of the Dallas Cowboys, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Jerry Jones. Jerry, welcome to the show. Thank you for coming on. I know you got a big week up ahead with training camp right around the corner. And please welcome, with me, the one and only Mr. Donald Trump. How are you doing today, Mr. Jones?
Well, it's an honor to be on the same show with our next president of the United States. Welcome aboard, Mr. Trump.
Well, there you go, Mr. Trump. What do you have to say to Jerry?
I tell you what, Jerry, you've done a lot of great things for the NFL community. You've done a lot of great things for the Dallas Cowboys. That's why they're called America's team. I feel like they are America's team. A nice businessman like yourself and like me, we have a lot of common. And I think you're doing a fantastic job owning the Dallas Cowboys and building that brand of what it is today. I'm very proud and honored to be talking to you today, sir.
Wow, there you go. That's pretty cool. Jerry, this week we start training camp, and we still don't have a contract set out for CeeDee Lamb. Where are we at on that?
Well, going into Oxnard, we got to get settled in, so to speak. And, with training camp this week, we're going to sit down with CD and we're going to hash this out. And we're going to get down to the bottom of it and hopefully get CD ready for training camp and, for the season. Because Lord knows we need CD for this year.
Well, yes, you do, sir. And it's quite I don't know how to put this. It's a do or die situation this year, correct? Am I right?
Well, yes, you are correct, and it is a do or die
season. Like I said, we are going all in. And, when we go all in, I mean, we are going all in. This is a do or die season. And, we got to get our ducks in a row before we start that first game of the season.
That is correct. Yeah, you're right about that. Jerry, I got a question for you.
When a lot of people are, so to speak, they like to bash on your team, bash you, and bash the moniker America's team. And I don't see why they'd have to do that. I feel like the Dallas Cowboys, when you think of the NFL, when you think of America, you think of the Dallas Cowboys. But you, being the owner for so many years, and made this team great. What is your strategy going into making sure that you don't buckle down under pressure from the media? Because we all know the media likes to spin the truth a little bit. What is your focus on that, Jerry?
Wow, it's actually a really good question on your part there, Mr. Trump. Jerry, do you have a response to that? Where'd he go? Where's Jerry? Jerry, there he is.
Well, I'm sorry. I had a little bit of a technical difficulty there, but yes, I did hear your question, Mr. Trump, and it was a very good question, and one that I seem to get a lot of, especially around here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. As you know, and as most of people know, that it is very hard to keep that moniker when you're not winning Super Bowls, so to speak. So what I do is, I just remind people, just because we're not winning Super Bowls, we still are America's team, because you look at the sales, you look at apparel, you look at #1 jersey sales for the NFL, and they're always a Dallas Cowboy. You look at apparel, like hats, shirts, anything like that. It's Dallas Cowboys are up there in the top for sure.
Well, that's a good. That's definitely good to remind people. Definitely. Now, hypothetically, the so-called experts are not giving you guys a chance this year to really produce much. Let's hypothetically, and I'm not saying it's going to happen, I'm just saying hypothetically, what if we see a bad start for the season, and let's say the Cowboys go 4-10, and last month of the year, do we see Trey Lance in for Dak?
Well, that's not. I don't really look at that scenario there, because Dak is our quarterback. But you put the situation in there, and it's something that we will evaluate if that ever happens. But at this moment, I can't. I don't have a crystal ball, so to speak, and I don't know what the outcome of the season is going to be, because you never know what's going to happen with injuries and stuff like that. So I don't look that far ahead for the season, and it is fine to play general manager when you don't have contracts, or this player's this, or this player's that, or not getting enough play time. It's fun to play general manager on that end, but we got so many steps that we have to take that in a budget that we only have certain amounts of money to hand out, and it's going to be that's the tough part on that. CC.
Wow, he remembered my name. That's amazing. Of course, he remembered your name, CC. He's a big fan of the show, just like I am. But Mr. Jones, let me ask you this. Let's say that, the Cowboys make it to the Super Bowl, which, I got my hands all over. I think you got a tremendous team. I think you got one of the best teams out there. But I think that, there's a new team that is coming up, and they're looking to three-peat, something that no other team has ever done before. And, of course, that's the Kansas City Chiefs. What are your thoughts on the Kansas City Chiefs? Let's say you face them in the Super Bowl, and you gotta get through them. What are your thoughts on the Chiefs there, Mr. Jones? Well, they are a really good franchise, and it's going to be really fun if we ever go against Patrick Mahomes, because Patrick is he's definitely he's from the area. He's a local boy. That's the word I was looking for. So it would be very fun to have him show up and play against us, and it would be a tremendous battle. And I would just love to be a part and witness that epic matchup. Well, that would be great for sure, Mr. Jones. Well, Jerry, one last thing before we head out. I want to thank you once again for coming on to the show. And any last thoughts before, anything that we should know, anything that, you want to throw out there to the Cowboy fans? Well, it's going to be a very interesting year. And, I really do this for the fans. And I do my best to produce the very best out in that field. And, with the draft behind us, we can really focus on what kind of team we actually have. And, we're all going to find out in Oxnard. And I just have a really good feeling about this team and about this season coming up. And let's go Cowboys. All right, there he goes, the owner of the Dallas Cowboys, Mr. Jerry Jones. Mr. Trump, you like that, right? I tell you, he's a great man. He's a true American. If you look up the American story, you gotta look at Jerry Jones, what he went through, and how he became successful, just like me. We got a lot of common. So I'm a big Cowboy fan, of course, because I love Jerry. I love what he does. I love what he stands for. And I just can't wait for what the Cowboys can bring this year. Wow, that's great. All right, Mr. Trump, I know we're running a little bit out of time, so it is so real quick, let's we're going to do CC's Wild Ass Videos. Are you familiar with this? I tell you what, I am. I'm a big fan of CC's Wild Ass Videos. I think it's a great segment. I think it's something that you can definitely build on, and perhaps maybe, I don't know, maybe bring it to the next level. But I'm a big fan of CC's Wild Ass Videos. So let's get right into it. All right, let's get right into it. This lady here, sir, this is why you don't let just random people on the local news, because you never know what they're going to say. Case in point, here we go.
Well, the police wouldn't let me go through 122nd, so I had to go around 119th and go, and they let me look at the lawyer's building. I know the vacuum cleaner man. He's seen my tits. I know that's not going on TV, but it's true. It's true.
Your thoughts on that one, sir? I tell you what, I think I've seen her tits too. She's got great tits, and I think I've seen them too. They're nice and perky, But yeah, I don't know why you would let random people just go on the TV trying to get their 15 minutes of fame. I guess, I don't know, but very disturbing, very, very disturbing. Yes, I agree. Let's check on this guy.
It's a little weird, and yeah, I'll just play this.
Hi, my name's Peter Pissman, and I drink my own urine.
That's
I've been drinking my own
disgusting.
piss for about 16 years now.
What's your piss
Are you
drinking
kidding me?
schedule?
So it's actually very simple. I drink a bottle of water at night before going to bed, and after I wake up, I recycle that bottle of water throughout the whole day by drinking my own piss.
So why do you have extra bottles of your own piss?
Well, you know, sometimes I need a little more hydration.
Why not drink more water?
Where's the fun in that?
So it's a fetish.
I told you not to ask me that. You know when you go on a road trip and you gotta pee, either you pull over or wait for the next stop. You know, I don't have that problem. I don't have that one bit. Fuck!
Jesus. Sir, what'd you think on that one? I don't know what to say on that one, to be honest with you. I mean, I have peed in many bottles at the golf course, especially. You know, when you're waiting on the cart girl, you know, she takes forever sometimes, and sometimes you just gotta go. And I've done it in bottles numerous times. But I tell you what, I've never drinking. That's very disturbing, and this is a problem that the Biden administration is causing. I mean, this is obviously a guy that's got mental problems. He's got issues, and you know, I feel like maybe he voted for Sleepy Joe. I don't know. It just feels like something that the left wing nuts would do. I'm just very disturbed on that video. Just very disturbed. Yeah, well, I agree with you on that one. Let's check out this well, it's just a dance video. Let's check this out. Let me know what you think on this one, sir.
Are you ready, kids? Do-do-do-do! Now slap your hands. Now spread those wings. Do-do-do-do! Feather your bangs. Shake your buns. That's nice. Now think about your dad.
Got great moves. Tell you.
What's your dad like?
you thought they had great moves on that one? Absolutely. You know, they're really good. I don't have a problem with those moves. I think they you know, not quite like my moves. I've been known to be quite a dancer every once in a while, but you know, those guys had some pretty good moves. I'm telling you, it's tremendous, absolutely tremendous. All right, well, there you go. Let's watch you. Actually, this is you at a cookout flipping some burgers. Here we go. Yep. I'm gonna flip this burger. Here we go. Yep, there we go. Absolutely. Look at the crowd. Wow, that was impressive. Of course it was. I mean, just look at the crowd. They were in droves. They wanted a burger flipped by me, and you know, I cooked really good burgers. A lot of people there that had a burger said it was probably the best burger that they ever had. And, you know, it was tremendous. It was a great turnout. Great turnout. All right. Well, there we go. And, you know, college football is among us. And it's one of my favorite sports. I love college football. Nothing against the NFL, but I'm just more of a college football fan myself. And, you know, this brings me back to probably one of the worst calls in college football history. Here we go.
6 of 7 on the year is Paulie Fricano. Fricano is 6 of 8 now.
Off the crossbar. He just barely had enough, but he knocked it through, Ben. Gets him even. That's a big kick for Paulie Fricano. Eastern Michigan answers 3-3.
Mr. Trump, what do you think of that call? I tell you, that's just, I don't know. He obviously was watching the wrong game. I feel like that maybe he thought that the field goal was good, but it was just a terrible call. I don't understand. how anybody that bad would call something that bad and then try to make it seem like it was true. I don't know. It was just terrible. I know. It was just an absolute terrible call, and I hope that guy got fired for that. I'm just being honest, because that's just terrible. He was way far right, too far right, and it was just a bad call. Yes, it was. And over the week, they had, of course, the SEC, I guess, conference, so to speak, to media to talk to some of the SEC coaches, players, stuff like that. And Lane Kiffin, the coach for Ole Miss, had a sit down with Paul Feinbein, and this is it got a little tense here. Here we go.
But you didn't help.
It's a better
that.
story if I got you fired.
You really did, because it is a true story that the athletic director and the president were on that trip. We were playing that night. And you were on College Game Day, and you had to make your big splash, and they were watching it, because I know the other person in the room that was watching it with them, and you said what a joke I was, and I'm the Miley Cyrus of college football coaching, and I should be fired. And they looked at each other, and later that night I was fired.
Yeah. By the way,
but hey, look what happened. I would have never gotten to work for Coach Saban. All these other things wouldn't happen. So I appreciate you for helping getting me fired. Thank you.
Look at what you're doing today. You're predicted to go to the playoffs. And look at Miley Cyrus. She's had a nice comeback.
So you're wrong on that. I mean, you put me down with that. So really, I don't really know what you're good at. Like you predicted that Coach Saban was done. That didn't happen. You basically said Miley Cyrus stinks, and she's still going.
Yeah. Well, anyway, it's always great to be ridiculed by Lane Kiffin here at SEC Media.
Wow. I'll tell you. What do you think on that one, sir? Well, I'll tell you, I like Lane Kiffin. He tells it like it is. He calls out the so-called media that, bashes. Just one thing I can't stand is a media person just bashing you all the time. And he's never had any, experience, so to speak. And Lane Kiffin told Paul Feinbein, who I believe is an alien. I mean, just take a look at him. He looks like an alien. He could be an alien. I don't know. But, I love Lane Kiffin for calling him out. And, it needs to be said more often with the media, especially. You need to call them out on their stuff. The one thing I can't stand is somebody thinks they know more than you, and they haven't even experienced in their own career. And Paul Feinbein is a perfect example of that. He's never been a coach. He's never done anything in his life except for opinionating a person who is a coach. And I don't understand why anybody would hire Paul Feinbein. I don't like him. I think he's a narcissistic guy that thinks his S don't stink, so to speak. And I love Lane Kiffin calling him out on that. It was absolutely tremendous, and it needs to happen more often. I'm telling you. Well, yeah. Okay. All right. Great. Well, before we head out, I got one more. This is a favorite of me and Keith's. It's I finally found this video, and it is just one of the absolute treasure videos that I will never, ever take down, and it is Joe Namath on Monday Night Football. Here we go.
What does it mean to you now when the team is struggling?
I want to kiss you. I couldn't care less about the team struggling. I want to kiss you.
There we go, Mr. Trump. What do you think of that Broadway Joe? I tell you, I love Broadway Joe. He's a great man. He's a true American, true patriot. He led the Jets to the most Super Bowl that a lot of people didn't have the Jets winning against. I believe it was the Colts in Super Bowl III, but Broadway Joe guaranteed a victory, and they won the Super Bowl. Such a tremendous man, such a true patriot. He had a little bit of a slip up on the Monday Night Football, but he was just expressing his true feelings to Susie Colbert. And I tell you what, I've been around Susie Colbert, and she's not bad. I mean, I see why Joe went after her. He shot a shot, so to speak, and he got denied. So, but in all fairness, it's when you're Broadway Joe, you get a lot of so to speak, and I bet he's never been told no before, but that's some of the times that happens. I bet it shattered his ego pretty good too. But I love Broadway Joe. He's a great man, great human being, and one of the most underrated quarterbacks of all time. And he's a big Trump supporter, of course. And I love Broadway Joe. I wish him nothing but the best. Well, there you go. Well, sir, I think that's going to do the show today. And I want to thank you for coming on, of course. And do you have any last things to say before we head out? But I tell you, it's I had a great time. It was a great time to sit down and kind of let loose, so to speak, after the long week that I had. And, now I'm about to go hit up the golf links, of course. And, we'll see what happens. And whatever the Democrats decide to do, it's, after that successful Republican National Convention, I feel like, we pretty much got this in the bag, and we'll have to wait till November to see. But I had a great time on your show, CC. It was really great. I'm sure your ratings are going to go skyrocketed through the roof. And finally, somebody's going to notice this show and pick you up and, put them on their network. I'm telling you, it's going to be tremendous when that happens. And I can't wait for it. I really appreciate you having me on the show. And anytime you need me back on, you just let me know, okay? Oh, I appreciate that, sir. Well, thank you very much for coming on, of course. And, it is a great honor to have you on. Thank you for coming on. So with that said, I want to thank everybody for tuning in to the Sports Bras podcast. If you got any, just follow our social medias down there, MrFbombs.com. If you want to go down to MrFbombs.com, make sure to look him up. I tell you what, I've actually been to MrFbombs.com. I bought a couple of F-bombs, and, I sent them over to Hillary, and it was very, very good. I loved it. I loved it very much. Well, there you go. There's an endorsement from Mr. Trump from MrFbombs.com. If you'd like to donate to the show, make sure to check out Cash App, a C-Note 2482. That's where you can donate to the show. And if you got any roofing construction needs at your house, make sure you call my boy Perry at Payline Roofing and Construction. Phone number's right down there. And just want to thank you guys again for tuning in and joining the show. And with that said, Mr. Trump, you got anything else left to say? Let's make America great again. And it all starts with pulling out your votes and voting for the true president of the United States. That's all. Let's make America great again. There you go. All right, guys. Well, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next week. And never, ever forget, guys, you can't run, but you can't hide. I don't know, Mr. Trump. I got this. You can't run, but you can't hide. Unless you're Crooked Joe trying to leave something that he can never win. That's all. There you go. Well, there it is. Thank you guys for joining us. We'll see you next week. Have a good one, everybody. Adios.